Hey traders, hey happy Friday. Let's take a look at two trades we had today in the full access. Really nice setup on the euro I want to talk about, and then today was one of those days where pound yen kind of whipped me around, and it got choppy. Couple head fakes, kind of couple false starts. And sometimes that happens, and you just have to keep kind of battling through it if you want to get back to even or up on the day. So I want to just talk to you real quick about that. And let's see here. But we traded, I traded cable, pound yen, and euro versus the dollar today. What I would say the highlight was the fact that we had a nice, what I call a swing line setup here today on the euro. All right, this is the 4-hour chart. We were covering, we were shorting up here, at 108 up here, covering into these lows. Basically, I covered 90% of my short here, and we were overbought, so we sold some stuff. But this is where I doubled my position short on this candle today. Well, actually, after this signal, I ended up selling just because I didn't get to this in Tokyo or London. But right here, on a retrace of about halfway of this candle, we shorted today, and we had a nice follow through. But this is a classic setup. I call that a swing line setup. Stop above the high, short here. What happens is you're just following the underside of each one of these candles low. And essentially, if you look at that in a fractal manner, which is what our model's about, the underlying smaller time frame is doing this. And so what you're following is essentially you're tracking the higher lows, and when that breaks, that's where you want to get more aggressive. All right, so that's what was taking place right here. Right here. But you can follow the low of each one of these candles. It was taken out here, but you never closed below the low. And so right there, boom, short, stop above the high. And then we got the follow through. So we were shorting here, covering this into these lows. My traders covered here, and we covered here. And what that looked like on the smaller time frame was pretty nice. So this was the initial break right here. It broke the bands, boom. You get the flush, you go from here to here, then you ebb and flow back this way. You fail about halfway down of this move. It's just textbook trading. Get a big real money candle, as we call that in the model, and then all follow through. And it goes right to pi, the pi line. It's just textbook trading in our model. All right, so we did well in the euro. And when I come over here to pound yen, a little bit more difficult. I mean, most of the move happened in Tokyo and London. You guys can see here, this was a nice break. We missed all this, but that was good energy. That's a great move right there. So we come in here, 8 o'clock New York, having missed all the good stuff. And what you end up kind of naturally getting on a Friday is just a bunch of chop. So I wouldn't know if I would call it a mistake, but I got heavy here right into underside of this low. And it was probably a little bit too early because we didn't have a break of the 5-minute. So I came in, we looked at cycle short. Right here, I ended up getting heavy short, and that was just a little bit early. I did it on the 1-minute setup, which is fine, but sometimes it's just you're staring at movement that's, you know the saying, you're staring at, you can't see the forest from the tree. Well, if you're staring at 1-minute setups, you're kind of really staring at you know, your nose to the tree, staring at a piece of bark. So anyway, I took a setup here. It was probably a little early. Had I waited for taking out the low, which is actually a swing line, maybe I would have not had to stop out. We actually ended up stopping out here, and then I actually got long. It reversed. I got back short. Then it reversed back on me again, and I took some risk off there, and then I got short here, and these last two times I got heavy short, covered into the low, and then because it was so choppy, I actually went long. So I was able to get this trade back positive, but we were tracking these lower highs, and so that's why we stopped right here, because there was a good chance that this was going back to maybe 104.80. So we got dinged out right there. That was kind of tricky. On the 1 minute. So there was a sell setup right in here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me make it a little bigger. All right. All right. This is getting there. Hold on. Okay. Well, this is good. All right. So right here, I took a short heavy on this candle, and my thinking is that be short here. The risk was above this high, so as soon as we traded here, I stopped out on this big chunk. All right, and then I stayed short, and we went above these highs. I stopped right into the high, and I flipped and went long, and then this thing just collapsed all the way back to the lows here. It didn't even hold this higher low. So then I was buying in here, and then I stopped again here. So this was I got stopped here, here, and here. All right, I did stay short some, and then I came back and gave it one more shot here above 140.30. Covered here, resold, covered, and I was thinking at this point more chop. Sold up here again, covered, covered. All right, and then actually went long a piece and then got out up here. So I made back here what I gave back in this mess, but this is just a choppy 1 minute chart. So anyway, guys, this is our active trader room. This is what we were doing here today. Didn't have a lot of signals. We shorted euro pound this morning, right near the high. All right, right up into the 200. Look where euro pound is now. Um, 4 hour. All right, we sold right into this here, and then we had a nice collapse. I covered what I sold this morning there. All right, that signal, that trade was 8:30 this morning. Again, as this doesn't get more transparent than this. Right into the 200 on the 4 hour. Right into the 200 on the 4 hour. Boom. Right back down. All right. I won't go through all these. Rebuying Aussie yen. Double my position on dollar peso. We'll see what happens with that next week. Reshorted 2-year treasuries. All right. So we trade a little bit of everything. Well, here's the euro covering into the low. All right. So at that point I was up 2,300 on the euro. Cable, we had another day trade there. It was 2,700 bucks for me. All right, 2,600 on the euro. Got back to break even at that point, pound yen. So I got back all my losses, and I was down like 5 grand at one point. And then cable had a nice day, finished out 3 grand on that. So anyways, guys, this is how it goes. It's not always. Sometimes you get in and the market just takes off in your favor. Sometimes you get chopped up, and this is how you learn to come back from a tough morning, or you just got to chip away at the gains you give back and just flip and get long. You got to learn to kind of work it as a day trader. All right, so that's what we teach in the live room. You're not going to get that experience from just being in the active trader room. So if you guys are interested in teaming up with us, joining the team, go to my website. It's jenkinsrm.com, jenkinsrm.com. A little bit about, you guys can wander around here on the site. But our services, this is the real-time alerts product, right? Full access team. This is the main team, and this is the main group that I really wanted to set out. And this is everybody. This is the team that we're building for the long haul. So I give you the real-time alerts. We trade together. I teach you the entire model, and then it's just ongoing teaching, ongoing experience, and we all grow together. If you're not interested in trading together, you don't have time, you can do the on-demand course if you just want to learn the model. All right. You get the 3 months of the real-time alerts. I have an options course. And then, if anything, guys, just get involved. I mean, it's free to join our chat room. You can do that right here. All right, jenkinsrm.com. And it's probably it for me for the day. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. We'll talk to you Sunday night or Monday morning.